Mine's just crunchy.
Good to go.
All right, cool.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh. I'm Cameron.
Nice to meet you, Cameron. Thanks for responding to my call.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know I just messaged you previously about Bob's Fitness and knew you wanted to be just find out a little bit more. So, I guess before we get started, I just wanted to know a little bit about your company. What do you do at Bob's Fitness?
So we are a fitness gym. We have really specialized in weight training. So we have a really small gym and kind of want to specialize in powerlifting. But because we're specializing, it seems that our competition's kind of taking some of our own clients. And so we kind of fear we need to make some changes in order to succeed in this industry.
Okay. What kind of changes were you thinking to implement?
I think actually we need to rebrand ourselves.
Oh, okay.
I kind of think that maybe the experience people aren't having with our trainers may be negative. I see a lot of people complain about specific trainers. So I don't know if we fire them. I mean, that's a hard decision, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I want to retain those clients that are looking for something more, and I don't feel like they're getting it right now.
Awesome. All right. So if I understand correctly, you just kind of looking to change things up, rebrand a little bit.
Yeah.
And as well, do you think with talking about rebranding your company and changing you guys up a little bit, do you have, does that affect you financially at all?
It would be an investment. I think that's kind of something that gets in the way is the money aspect of it. We were going pretty consistently, but just in these last couple months, we've been losing a significant portion of money because of people leaving. And so I kind of have formulated the idea that if we rebrand ourselves and maybe make a little bit of changes to our gym, maybe not specialize so much, that we can kind of get our name out there again in order to have sales and bring people in for different reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because people leaving is certainly not a fun idea.
Oh, no.
That's not good at all. Not good for business. And I know you said you were kind of thinking of not specializing as much just in weight training. So what kind of other fields were you looking to get into?
I think in the area, I mean, as the weather gets colder, people don't really want to run outside. I think one of the greatest competitions with that is the school. I mean, the school offers a free running track.
Yeah.
And so I try to think of ways that we could really make that running interactive. So, I mean, I've been looking at different treadmills with like those screens on them, or they can hook in a laptop or whatever, an iPad, so they can listen to their own music rather than having a TV in front of them.
Yeah.
So I thought about that, maybe kind of having the running community, because there's a lot of students in the area, and that could be a really good selling point.
Great. So I know that will be certainly a market that you guys are in right now. Are there any other markets that you were looking into?
The reason I actually reached out to you is because of nutrition. I think maybe people, they're not seeing the results, and because there's not a good relationship with trainers, that might be preventing them from getting having a good experience.
Yeah. So it seems like a lot of times you bring up the problem with the trainers, and that's kind of why you wanted to transition nutrition wise. What are the reoccurring problems with the trainers?
I think just clarity on what people's goals are. I don't think they really ask meaningful questions. I think to them it's just a job. But as like a previous trainer myself, I think your relationship with your clients is essential. And so even in business, I mean, our relationship's really important to me. And so I think that the foundation of that is relationship. They've been trained really well, but I just don't feel like they're really approaching people the way they need to be treated. Yeah.
Okay. I know relationships are super important, especially if you're in a business where you're offering a service instead of a product itself. Great. Now, thank you for what you shared so far. And I think that we do have products and ways and things that we can get to that can help you guys out. But as well, before we move on to there, just wanted to know as well, what do you think might be like, you could say overall, what would be your goals for maybe 5-10 years down the line for you guys?
I think within the next 5 years, we do want to grow our company. I mean, as we're just in a small place, we'd love to find another facility, either to transition to just a bigger facility or run 2 Bob's gyms, because people thrive when they're healthy, and a kind of a funny quote I really like is like, endorphins make you happy. Like when you exercise, you have endorphins.
Yeah.
And endorphins make you happy, and happy people, they just don't kill their husbands.
Okay.
So I think that's really important is the overall satisfaction of family, community.
Yeah.
So it's to grow a business.
Yeah.
And hopefully have 2 within the next 5 years, and have just that really compact team of trainers that I can rely on, and hopefully a nutritional and kind of a running section of my gym.
Yeah.
Well, both of them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, 2 gyms is a hefty goal.
Yeah.
Do you see any roadblocks blocking you right now that could stop you from getting there?
I really think it's brand recognition. I think people talk to their friends, and if they're not having good experiences, the word will get out that the gym's not where they want it to be.
Yeah.
So I think if we can rebrand ourselves as soon as possible, we can make that transition, and then those goals can come to fruition.
Yeah, and that's that rebranding we hope to help you out with as well. And do you think like word of mouth plays a big role into that? Like, because I know you said that's a lot of times what happens. So do you think a word of mouth affects you guys a lot?
I would absolutely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Well, thank you. I think furthermore we can get with some other things in the future and help you out with a lot of problems you have.
Appreciate it. I'm grateful for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
There.
Yeah, we'll just jump right into the next one.
Next one.
Yeah. Cameron, I've been looking over what you sent me, and I'm really excited to just understand where you've been and where you want to go in the future. It wouldn't load. One sec.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, as I'm representing Salesforce and with Apex, I've learned a little bit about your company. I understand you want to expand your business.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're looking to grow. We currently have four locations where we sell, but we're looking to grow ourselves even more.
Okay. How big are you wanting to expand? You said you're at 4 cities, 4 kind of businesses right now.
Oh yeah, we want to get to 10 by this summer season. Yeah, we sell over summer, the whole summer sales thing. It's pest control. So we have these young kids do just from the local colleges around. They sell door to door for us, and we're hoping to do expand up to 10 locations.
Okay. So are a lot of those employees going to be students from here, or are you trying to recruit in other areas?
Well, we're here. We're mainly in Logan, Utah, but we're also we're not opposed to getting anywhere because we pay to fly these kids out to wherever they're going to go, and we give them a facility to live at.
Cool.
So we really aren't exclusive to where we're going to pick our kids from, but most of them are from Utah just because they know the company.
Yeah. So you feel you're well recognized in the area, and you're getting your product out the way you want to get it out right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. I agree to what you said about the expansion of your company. I understand that that's what you want. But I've never done sales myself. I've never done door-to-door sales.
Sales. I was like, I hope you would do sales. You're selling me right now.
Obviously, I'm in a sales position.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess what are your greatest expenses doing door-to-door sales, like with pest control?
Oh, well, we have a really extensive training we do with these kids. We'll have them come here to Logan to the headquarters, however many, it could be 100, 200, 300 kids per weekend. And then we train them on how to meet people at the door and how to close the deal when you first see that person. So that's our really big thing that we're spending a lot of money on, flying those people out there. Yeah. So we say that's our biggest expense that's happening right now, as far as overall expenses.
Are you seeing the return on that you want to see right now?
As far as the students who sell for us, they do a great job. We really have some good kids out there who do sell. But the real main issue that happens with us, and kind of why I wanted to talk with you guys, was that we got hundreds of kids selling for us, and they really do a great job.
Okay.
But tracking the sales that they make is really a big issue that we're having because we're growing.
Yeah.
Currently, right now, we use a Google spreadsheet, and on there we just track. We have each tab is a different city,
Yeah.
and then each of the students or whatever, they'll have their name under there, and then they track who they sold to, the address, how much they bought, etc.
Okay.
And then we use that for the future to follow up on that service for the people that the service that they bought. But because it's a Google Sheet, it can get jumbled. It's pretty bare bones. It's honestly like a computer equivalent of pen and paper.
Yeah.
They're just writing it down. So it's pretty bare bones, and as we're getting bigger, it's only getting harder.
Okay. Wow. So I understand what you said. I mean, if I could just relay that back to you.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
said, I mean, you're having these students, and they change seasonal. Is that right? Like, there's always new students.
Yeah, every season we have new students. It's mostly over the summer.
Okay.
There are some that stick around, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be somebody who's brand new.
Okay. So because you're training in such large quantities, do you feel that you are training them to have a record information correctly?
We don't. I guess no. We really don't.
Okay.
It's not something we really bother about because we think it's self-explanatory enough to just kind of we say when you do your sale, make sure you record it on the Google Sheet. So somebody will just go in there and the student will just plug in his name and it's got a drop-down menu for the at the top in the row. So it's just plug in. But the problem is just the accountability of them doing it. Because we'll have kids who they'll make a sale and not record it, and then we have people that call us and give us a bad reputation because they say, oh, the Apex, they're the people who don't follow up, and it's all because the student didn't plug it in.
Yeah.
So we're trying to avoid that. The thing we kind of do to get away from that is we have our bonus incentive that we say,
Really?
you don't get your bonus if you don't put in your data by
Okay.
Saturday. So Saturday at midnight, you need to have your sales in, or else because they'll come to their manager and say, oh, I made 5 sales, and they'll say, oh, well, you didn't log it, so you don't get your bonus. So that's kind of how we're getting people to upload the information, but it's still not perfect, and it's really still not working.
Okay. Yeah, I think the bonus incentive, that would motivate me.
Yeah.
record my sales.
I would, it motivate me. But
Yeah, no, for sure. And so I guess as you're growing your company, it seems like that needs to change.
Absolutely. Oh, it really does.
Yeah, for sure. And so are you wanting to find a specific system to change those things, or how do you see that transitioning in the future?
Well, I've heard good things about Salesforce. And there are other ones, like I know there is one that's, I don't know how good it is, but there's HubSpot, and then there's, we could keep doing this Google Sheet. We could keep doing it. It wouldn't be great, but I really do, want to know more about what you guys actually, can provide.
Yeah, for sure. We can kind of get to that a little bit later on as well. I want to just follow up with what you said about the accountability. I think that's really important.
Oh yeah.
So if those students or those employees of yours, if they're not recording that information, what is that costing you? Who covers that?
Oh, it's really the big thing it costs us is our reputation, because something as simple as tracking a sale can make it so we can't properly. It's a whole number of things. We can't properly pay the student.
Yeah.
We can't properly provide the service for the person who bought it, and we can't properly, deliver anything that we were supposed to do. So then the students say, "Oh, Apex, they don't pay their people," and then we get a bad reputation. The people who ordered it, they get a bad reputation. So it's just really hurting our overall brand to not have accurate accounting for each of these sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, like you said, the accountability is that foundation you're building on, especially with your reputation.
Yeah.
So I guess where do you see yourself going in the future with those 10 companies? Are you setting up managers in each one of them, in each one of those cities, in order to kind of foresee and be in control of those accounts? or are
Yeah.
you just going to keep it as employee based?
Well, we the way we have it set up is there's us here in the headquarters, and then we have each of the cities a manager, and then all the different little sales guys are under that, so it kind of branches down.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way we're organized. But I mean, we just kind of count on the person who's in the area, the manager who's in the area, kind of the branch manager, you could say, to keep up on the students and the employees there. But if there's only so much you can do,
Yeah. So if this was to go forward, would you like to get those managers in with a meeting with us in order to make those changes?
Oh, I'd love that. If we like your software, and if they know how to use it, and they can, rather than having this mandatory use the Google Sheet, mandatory this Salesforce software, and if it works better, I'd be very willing.
Yeah, we'd be excited to do that as well.
Yeah.
I think like you mentioned before, that's kind of been a hindrance to you. It's kind of prevented you from excelling to where you want to go.
Yeah.
But other than the tracking data, is there anything else that's preventing you from reaching your goal?
It really is the only roadblock. I mean, we got plenty of students who want to sell. The product's selling well. So it really is just accounting for this data is the big roadblock. That's just really making it's wasting my time, it's wasting other people's time, it's wasting our branch manager's time. It's a real big waste of time. That's what we're missing out on.
Yeah. It seems like time is the most important thing to you, Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to be a help to you. We really want to make this work.
Yeah.
But if we actually could meet with one of your managers and yourself, when would be a time this week that you'd be available?
Oh, I'm free. Even tomorrow. Tuesday's great.
Tuesday is 5 o'clock?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. I look forward to following up on what we talked about today.
Awesome.
Thanks, Cameron.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate it.